And good afternoon. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live on YouTube and X. Jason Mann with Jim Check and your day's headlines. We're going to start off with Kelowna housing market story. Skyrocketing mortgage interest rates, severe lack of affordable housing, and wildfires have trounced Kelowna's housing market. I mean, how many houses burned, right?
In 2023, yeah. So that was a tough year.
So it's caused a weak year for Kelowna housing.
Yeah, just released figures from the 2,600 member Association of Interior Realtors show that sales slid 17%, value of sales plummeted 22%, and prices faltered 5 to 10%. This on top of 2022, which was also a tough year for real estate in the city. Overall, 2023 was a bit of a weak year for real estate, with 3 rate hikes, devastating wildfires, and a lack of affordable housing and other outside factors are likely contributed to a general slowdown in transactions, said the president of the association, Chelsea Mann. Any relation?
No.
There you go. To put this into numbers, 4,029 residential properties of all kinds, single-family, townhouse, condominium, duplex, triplex, fourplex, mobile home, timeshare, sold last year. Wow, that was pretty good. 17% drop from the 4,834 sales in 2022. The value of all residential sales last year, $3.4 billion. A 22% dive from $4.3 billion in 2022. Quite a drop, eh? Like $1 billion.
That's
almost,
big.
Right? Yeah. In 2021, as the housing market boomed in post-pandemic frenzy, there was a whopping 7,461 sales worth $5.8 billion. That's a big difference in sales. Eh? Huge. Huge. At the end of 2023, the benchmark selling price was typical single-family home in central Okanagan was $966,500, down from $1,204,400 at the end of 2022. So there you go. Tough year. Like, hopefully 2024 is a better year for real estate, and hopefully they can address the housing shortage as well. Right?
Yeah, well, we're certainly seeing that in the next headline. Kelowna-based Troika Management looking to build new seniors residence in the Glenmore area, about 175 units.
Yeah, on Tuesday, the real estate development company that had announced that it partnered with Sussex Retirement Living to submit a development permit applications for the 175 apartment to Kelowna City Hall. The developer is eyeing 728 Valley Road for their senior-focused active living project. According to the company letter of intent, the building would be 6 stories in height, and which is allowed under the property's current MF3 zoning. That looks like a nice building.
Yeah. And here we grow again. Permits for building in Kelowna's growing industrial area could also be issued.
Permits for another industrial, I'm not sure if that's the right image though. Permits for another industrial building in the northeast corner of the city could be issued next week. Kelowna City Council will be reviewing an application for a 3256 Appaloosa Road Monday and will be asked to issue a development permit. The property was rezoned on November 7th, 2023 and joins a slew of other properties that have been changed from agricultural, rural, residential to general industrial zone. There you go.
Okay. And quote unquote, I am outraged. Local MLA among many to receive illicit drugs from a Vancouver activist.
Yeah, a few days before Christmas, a prominent drug activist located in Vancouver announced on social media that he had mailed a gram of psilocybin mushrooms and a single cocoa leaf to every BC MLA. It was not a bluff, and slowly the package began arriving to various elected officials across BC, including our own Kelowna Mission MLA, Renee Merrifield. And her comment, or quote, I'm outraged that this would be delivered to my office, Merrifield wrote on a social media post on Wednesday. But more so, I'm disheartened that the person who sent it through thought it was okay to traffic and would help his cause. The sender of the packages was prominent Vancouver drug activist Dana Larson. We've reached out to him for comment and are yet to hear back.
You know, they've done a lot of research and studies on that, but there's, I think, different ways to go about it, right? In terms of whether it's a...
Well, I don't think anybody should break the law. But that's, you know.
No, but I think there are clinics now that are...
Yeah, but that's within law.
Yeah, exactly.
There's laws for a purpose.
Yeah. 100%.
And here's some law stuff right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, so Vancouver Police have deployed body-worn cameras to 85 officers in a new pilot project.
So dozens of Vancouver police officers are now recording their interactions on body-worn cameras. This is very common in the United States. In a pilot project, the department says it's aimed at improving public trust. Deputy Chief Howard Chow announced 85 officers in the traffic section, and those who work in the downtown core in East Vancouver will begin patrolling with chest-mounted cameras. The department says that officers expect to activate their cameras as soon as it's safe and when there's a reasonable belief that there will be use of force or violent behavior. I think it's good to have those body cameras.
Yeah,
And I think the dash cams too, and I'm going to plug Tesla here.
Mm.
Some of the police forces in the U.S. really like Teslas because they come equipped with 360 cameras already, like always recording, always on, always recording. So less that they have to put into them.
After the most destructive wildfires on record in the province of BC is seeking feedback from the public about how it supports evacuees during natural disasters.
Sure was scary when you look at that image. That it brings back a lot of memories already. Hey, like that was wild.
Yeah.
After the most destructive wildfire season on record, the province of British Columbia is seeking feedback from the public on how it supports evacuees during natural disasters. The Ministry of Emergency Management and Climate Readiness says it wants to revamp its approach of emergencies, including updated the Emergency Support Services Program. And most people know that as the ESS program is funded by the province, administered through the First Nations and local governments. The program provides short-term support to people affected by disasters, including shelter, food, transportation, clothing, and incidentals. Last summer, about 24,300 households were put on evacuation, and more than 7,000 households requested and received help from ESS. So there you go. Here's your chance to let them know how they did.
And it's been almost 2 years since the development permit application was submitted for a property across from Capri Mall. It looks like the city staff of Kelowna are supporting the 71-unit project.
We're seeing so many developments, which is great news for Kelowna, right? So this is a Langley-based JY Architecture submitted an application for the 6-story mixed-use building. In May of 2022, there would be ground-level commercial units, some ground-level residential, and apartments in the upper floors. And this one will have 38 one-bedroom units, 29 two-bedroom units, including 5 townhomes and 4 three-bedroom units. So lots of choices there. There you go. On to sports.
And no Ignilla.
I'm
never going to get it. I'm never going to get it. My eyes.
And one of the most famous Calgary Flames, Jerome Iginla.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sons.
I'm so sorry. I know they're great hockey players. I know.
You're a big hockey fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I love the sport. I played it.
Did you?
Yeah. I just don't have time. You know, there's certain choices you have to make in life, so I don't follow. But
you played for the Rockets, did you?
Yeah, no. I think it was the Pee Wee or Bantam teams. Yeah.
So anyway, there's no Iginla brothers matchup as the Rockets host. Oh my God, I caught what you had.
Yeah, exactly.
Host the Oil Kings. So the Edmonton Oil Kings are coming to town. Well rested and coming off a pair of wins, the Kelowna Rockets have their eyes set on extending their home streak win to 6 games. Hey, remember when they were losing all their games?
I know, right? Down a roll.
There. The Rockets are hosting the Oil Kings tomorrow night before making a trip south to the Wenatchee Wild on Saturday. And it was hoped that the two Iginlas would meet on the ice, but that's not going to happen. Edmonton is on the tail end of its BC Division road trip, accumulating 4 wins and an overtime loss. The last time the Oil Kings visited Kelowna was in 2019. That's a while ago when they defeated the Rockets in a barn-burning 1-0 shootout.
Iginla.
Iginla. There you go. So the Rockets paid a visit to Edmonton last February, defeating the Oil Kings 4-0. There you go.
All right.
Brett Calhoun, the newest Rock, set to make his debut after being acquired in the trade with the Tigers. There you go. And I think
that wraps up.
Yeah. Well, I just want to finish with that 15-year-old Joe Iginla will not be in the lineup for Edmonton, preventing fans from seeing Joe play his older brother, Thurs Jan. Did I say that right, Nick? Thurs?
Thurs.
There you go. Then the Rockets are on their way to play the Wenatchee Wild on Saturday. And that's it for the news tonight.
All right. If you missed it earlier, we did a session over...
on goal setting.
Yeah, goal setting with Marcy. And if you're interested in setting up your year and you didn't get a chance to catch it, it's in the YouTube.
Our goal is to get you to watch, get you to subscribe, like, and send your feedback. Even if the feedback is not so good. Like we've got some feedback. Like we got one feedback here that said that they love our quirkiness and our mistakes and our authenticity. And one that said, stop laughing at everything.
Yeah. And to be clear on the laughing, I mean, I don't think there's ever been an instance where we've laughed at anybody's misfortune, but certainly maybe at the absurdity of something like that
that's
happening.
The case. Like we're looking, if there is any, it's at the, in our way of doing it. Like, I guess we're more like anchormen and we are journalists. We don't call.
I think we're just authentic. We're not suited up here with the narrative. We're sharing our, I think, authentic reactions.
I think we're trying to survive Bill C-18. We're trying to find different channels to get us out there and survived Bill C-18.
And we
We've seen
appreciate
some local news outlets close, including Kamloops This Week closed, and they cited that one of their reasons was Bill C-18.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to do our best, and we're trying to stay relevant. We're trying to keep the community informed, and we're trying to be as unbiased and open as possible. And we do a lot of live streams that we do like on different topics. We have an Energized series. We have a Better Now series, and we talk to a lot of community prominent figures and politicians and that stuff too. And we welcome you if you have anything that you want to say or share. We also publish lots of Your Voice stuff, so we definitely
reflect the community.
Yeah, we definitely want to be ingrained in the community.
There's definitely an active conversation happening right now.
And it would be great to have you as a part of it, you, the listener.
Yeah.
We'd like to welcome you on board.
Yeah.
There you go. So, with that said, good night, and we'll see you at 9 o'clock in the morning. Sleep tight.